Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, Keeping Up with Kels. This video is a story time on when we kidnapped her little sister. Okay, so y'all know because I already told y'all a part about this in my story time about my ex-best friend from hell. Okay, so this story takes place when we were still best friends, obviously. But just listen, and if y'all hear me talking and like if it sounds like I'm talking like we still friends, it's because I'm trying to talk in the present tense of the story. I don't know how to say it, but I'm trying to talk about the moment, like while it was happening, not right now. Anywho, let's get into this video. But yeah, so me and S was best friends. Well, we wasn't best friends at the time. We were only friends. Like I told you guys, we was only friends at the time. This is what led us to being best friends. This situation right here. So I had met her through this other girl named Mani that I was friends with or whatever the case may be. Like I said in my other story time, I'ma just give y'all a little rundown. I met her through Mani. That was Mani best friend, and it used to be me, Mani, Leona, and S or whatever, right? So, this happened. Oh yeah, there was something that happened between all of us where the group, it was four of us, the group, like we just started like branching off or whatever, like we was arguing and stuff like that. So we took a break from the problem at the moment, which was obviously one girl, but me and S and Leona, we kept hanging out as regular. We would hang out at my house. So, um, excuse me. Yeah. So, one day S brings up the fact that she has a little sister or whatever. I'm like, oh really? Like, I ain't never seen her before. Where she at? So then she goes on to telling me, like, she was just telling me, like, oh, my mom had sent her to her father's house one year for, summer break or something like that, and he kept her and enrolled her in school out there in New Jersey, because that's where she was at. Anywho, yeah. So, he kept her and enrolled her for school in New Jersey and never gave her back, is what she basically telling me, like, he did that little sideways backdoor trick that they always doing when they want their kid. So, something happened and he ended up going to jail. So she stayed with his wife because that's his wife and she was currently in his custody. So when he went to jail, his wife got full custody of her. So she stayed with her stepmom. Her stepmom made her block my best friend. Well, at the time, her stepmother made her block her actual mother, her biological mother, all her family from her mother's side, or all her family from basically that's not them or whatever. So one day she texted her on Snap, like the little sister texted S on Snap, and she was like, oh, I miss you guys. She was looking at, because she was gone for so long that the mom ended up having two sons after, and she never met them, no nothing, because he really never gave her back. So she was really just out there with this lady who was not related to her in any which way and form, that didn't want to give her up for some reason. So she used to respond to this S snaps with their two little brothers or whatever. Like, I want to meet them. I want to be a family with you guys. I want to come stay with you guys. But she won't. She was saying like her stepmom won't let her or whatever. So it was something that happened where she was like, can you just come get me or something. Like, I guess she just didn't want to be there no more. Like, she just wanted her family back. She wanted to go back to her mom. Like, she went to go see her sister. She went to be around the people that she actually, considered to be blood. So, yeah, something happened between their conversation where she asked us to come get her. And they ended up planning it out perfectly. Like, they planned out the day, because she made her stepmother take her out earlier on in the day. She made her stepmother give her some money, buy her some new stuff or whatever. So, like, she did what they did. And then they went out to eat, all types of stuff. So, she asked me and Leona if we could come with her or whatever. And I'm like, you know me, y'all know me. I'm a rider. I'm down for whatever. If I bang with you, I'm down for whatever. Literally, I don't care about nothing. So I'm like, of course, like I'm coming with you. We could take the train there. We could put up for a cab back home. All that. I'm with it. My man's 100 grand. I'm with it. I'm with whatever. Like Pop said, I'm with whatever. I'm with it all. Get me lit. I dare you. Like on that timing. So yeah, I'm trying to remember what else. All right, so we ended up going shopping. Me, S, and L. We ended up going shopping ourselves in the city. We was like, okay, so we gonna go shopping too. We gonna go in the city. We gonna go shopping. So that way, when she texts us and tell us like, yo, make our way, it's not that hard for us to get there. Like we only gotta go, cause we was in the city. So if we go to New Jersey, we gotta come all the way to the city to get on a New Jersey Transit to go to New Jersey. So with all that said, we just decided to already be in the city when she told us to make our way. So we was in the city all day, literally all day, just killing time, walking around, going in stores, knowing damn well we don't want nothing from the store, just walking around trying to kill time. And she ended up taking forever, so we went back to my house. We was just like, we just gonna go back to the house because we in the city for mad long, sitting here doing nothing, like. And we calling her. I guess her phone had died because S was calling her and the calls wasn't going through, the text messages wasn't going through, no nothing. So we was just like, we're gonna go home, see what happened when we get home. We got home like 2 hours after we got home. Elle left. She was like, alright, I'm about to go home or whatever, because she was gonna come with us. She was like, alright, I'm about to go home or whatever. And I'm like, alright, cool. So we thinking she's not gonna text us no more, because at this time it was late. It was probably like around 10 o'clock now at this point. It's late at night. And she was like, come get me. I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna wait for y'all to come get me or whatever. She was ready. Like, she just wanted to leave. We ain't asked no questions. So now, like I said, now I be trying to find a ride out to New Jersey, because we not about to go all the way to the city to get on that. That was gonna take entirely too long. So I'm on Snap posting who got the V that and want to drive us to New Jersey and back. We got the bread here, money is here, we gonna pay whatever. Like, we just need somebody to take us. It was taking forever. Nobody was responding. Then I remembered that I had this friend, and he was always flirting with me and telling me if I ever needed a favor, just hit him up. So I texted him. I'm like, what you doing? He's like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm chilling right now. Something like that. Driving around, some stupid shit. So I'm like, alright, cool. So come get me. And can you take me to New Jersey and back to my house? I'll pay you. He said, yeah, I'm gonna come get you. Send the address. And you don't gotta pay me. It's okay. So he came. He got us like 20 minutes later. We on the way. And she's like, oh, I'm tired. But I still want. She was like, oh, I'm tired, but I still want you guys to come. So I'm gonna leave the door unlocked. She left. Like, she was like, I'm gonna leave the house door unlocked. Here's how to get to my room, basically, just in case I'm not awake when you guys get here. So she gave us a play-by-play on how to get to her room, everything. Like, she gave us the whole rundown on the crib, where her stepmother room is at. She gave us the whole rundown. So we driving in New Jersey. We driving. We probably got there like an hour later or whatever. And so we called her. We like, come outside. She's like, okay. Mind you, all of her stuff was packed already. I don't know how she did that, but all of her stuff was packed. Like, when I mean all of it, all her clothes, her socks, her panties, her shoes, her coats, everything was packed. All of her stuff was packed. She came, like, we texted her. We was like, okay, we're outside. Come outside. She came outside, and we drove back to my house because it was too late for them to go home. Like, they could have went home, but one, S didn't have no keys, and they lived far. Like, they lived like basically past downtown Brooklyn, but in like the ghetto area. I don't know how to explain it without giving. They live in Red Hook, basically. That's far. That's past downtown, behind downtown. It's weird. Anywho, they lived far, and it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning at this time when we got back to my house. When I tell you, we was up all night cracking jokes. She was cracking jokes. We was laughing. We was talking to her. She was talking to us. She was telling us about her friend, like her best friend at the time. She was like, oh, I'm gonna miss her. It was like some little white girl. Or whatever. She's like, I'm gonna miss her so much. I told her that I was gonna leave, and she told me not to do it. She told me not to stay. I mean, she told me not to leave with you guys. She told me to stay or whatever. She told me she didn't want me to leave. But she was like, oh, but I told her that I want to be with my family again. I don't want to be here. She was like, and she understood. I guess she was like mature for her age because of what she went through. That she was really mature for her age. Like, she understood well enough what you wouldn't think she would understand. Like, but after that we took her home. But no, we went to sleep. But it's funny. This is the same night somebody tried to steal my dog. This is the same night. I'm now thinking about it like, wow. But yeah, after that, we had bought food before we got home. So we was eating. Me and her sister, me and S, we was rolling up or whatever. And I had my pit bull at the time. He had to use the bathroom. So I brought him downstairs to go use the bathroom. But I had boxes and a tank top on, so like I ran down the stairs with him. Now I remember, I had boxes and a tank top on, and it's winter. This is break. It's freezing cold outside. It's winter, and I leave him in the backyard. Like, it's like a courtyard in the like, I don't know. It's like the building. When you walk in the building, you walk straight down. The building is huge. It's 3 sections. You walk straight down to the middle of the building. It's like a door, and when you open that door, it leads you to a garden. So I let him out there, because you can only get to that garden from inside the building. So I'm like, I know you're not gonna go nowhere. Like, you can't just get up and go nowhere or run too far or jump over them. So I left him there, ran upstairs to go put on some clothes. By the time I come back downstairs, the dog is gone. So now I go back upstairs to get my best friend. I'm like, yo, they just stole the dog. They just stole my dog. Like, my dog is gone. So now we looking all over. I'm knocking on the door, the super door, to see if he can run the cameras to see like who came and took the dog, because the dog ain't just walk out by itself. And it's so real. On the way downstairs, after I went back upstairs to get my best friend, on the way back down, we saw some lady walking in her house. So I went back to her house. I'm like, you just came in from wherever you just came in from, because she didn't have a coat on. So obviously you just came in from somewhere in the building. You just came in from somewhere in this building. So where's my dog? She's like, the little white and brown dog. She's acting retarded. Like, she's acting really slow. She's like, the little white and brown dog or whatever. I'm like, yeah. She said some girl and her father walked up to her, asked her if the dog was hers. She said no, and they said, okay, the dog is mine. And she let them take the dog. If they just asked you if the dog was yours, why the hell on earth would you actually believe that the dog is theirs? So I'm standing in the hallway, because the super don't want to show me the tapes. He like, oh, he had to call the building manager. Just show me the tapes. Show me where my dog went. That's it. I don't want to sue nobody. I don't want to take nobody to court. I just want to go get my dog. So put the tapes on the TV and let me see what apartment I got to walk to. It's just that simple. He didn't want to do that. So now I'm standing in the hallway. I called the cops, because I'm like, yo, my pit bull is gone. Somebody just stole my pit bull. I'm not about to let this rock at all. So now the cops is there. They talking to the super. They like, can't you just show us the video? Like, what's so hard about you just showing us the camera footage from the hallway? Like, it's not that hard. Oh, I gotta call the manager and the bill. Shut up. Bare BS. So, yeah, we in the hallway waiting, because I guess he's on the phone trying to call their manager or whatever, and nobody's answering. So I'm in the hallway walking up and down, and I hear, like, I'm listening to see if I can hear anything, like just hear anything. And I hear, so what are we gonna name him? And it's like a group of people talking, and they all sound excited. So I knock on the door, and then they say, so what are we gonna name him again? I then proceed to, y'all ain't naming him shit. I'm banging on the door like, y'all ain't naming him shit. Give me my dog. They open the door, and he comes flying through my feet. Well, their feet. Anyway, they open the door, and he comes flying through their feet, charging at me. And happily ever after, we went right back upstairs. But yeah, after that, After all that happened, the whole dog thing happened. Me and Shanice, we smoked or whatever. We finally smoked. And then we went to sleep. After that, the next day they woke up and they went home. Her mom was so happy. Like, she was just so happy. So happy. She was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. You know, like, I would, you know how I imagine her to be. Like, she was just excited. But that's it for the story time on when we kidnapped her little sister. If you like the story, leave a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. Toodles.